Member Collins?
Here.
Member Lewis? Member Young Johnson?
Here.
Member Williams?
Here.
Mayor Lynch?
Here, we have the approval of the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from July 12th.
I second that motion.
We have motion and a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Under unfinished business, we have Windows of Light counseling, which has been tabled. Do we have to do a motion to table? Okay.
So we don't have a representative here?
No, they can't, they could not make it today.
So make a motion to table this. I guess we can table it one other time? Because the request of the event is August 20th. So I make a motion to table.
I second that motion.
We have motion and a second to table. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. New business, we have the contested invoice of the mowing of weeds. Would that be you, Superintendent Reeder?
That would be me, Madam Mayor.
I'm sorry, Attorney Whitten.
Sorry about this being presented at the meeting, but this has been sort of an 11th hour thing. What you have in front of you is an agreement. This has to do with the invoicing of the property owner, LNP Investments LLC. The city had to go out and clear a vacant lot at Samuelson and US 6 a number of times. The result of that was that the defendant was invoiced for $3,445.64. in dealing with the defendant's attorney and looking at all the documentation, there were a couple of issues in one of the notices which caused me a little bit of concern, albeit not a huge amount, but enough where I thought perhaps it'd be best for all parties if we reach some form of compromise. What you have in front of you is, in summation, an agreed amount of $1,500 to be paid by the defendant in full satisfaction of the invoices. The defendant has already agreed to this and in fact has sent the check, which I will have tendered to the clerk's office as soon as and if and when this board approves this settlement. At this time, it's my recommendation and request that the board does in fact approve this settlement. I think it's in the best interest of the city to do so.
Attorney Whitten, can you explain what caused the reduction in the recommended fee that we pay?
I don't need that. So often, when I look at these types of things, I look at the totality of the circumstances. I look at, was there any extenuating circumstances that the defendant might be able to offer? In this case, there was one. He was out of state, dealing with a sick relative for quite some time. That's not really an excuse to let your vacant lot grow up, but he did in fact have a good reason for not being here. But more importantly, and maybe equally importantly, is when I look at notices, particularly a due process notice, if there's any flaws in that notice, it causes me some concern. It makes it a little more challenging to enforce, although I think this one was enforceable. But in one of the notices, which is a due process notice, it was incorrectly referenced by code enforcement as a fence violation, as opposed to vegetation. It was just a scrivener's error. It's not fatal to the cause, but I think it certainly warrants some discussion of a compromise settlement.
Thank you.
Attorney Whitten, does the party understand that we can't keep mowing that grass, that they're in this agreement? I don't see where it says they're willing to maintain their properties in the future.
Well, they do understand, Madam Mayor, and in my correspondence to the defendant's attorney, I've indicated this is a one-time deal. In the future, there won't be any compromises. We'll be expecting full payment. So the owner, who lives up in Marina Shores, has indicated he understands completely and apologized and said it won't happen again.
We'll need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the compromise agreement in the amount of $1,500.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
We have the Woodlands Subdivision Letter of Credit.
I thought that there was going to be a representative here.
Yeah, I can be here.
Oh,
I'd be happy to come up.
I've looked at the letter of credit, and I can't speak to the amount necessary, but I can certainly speak to the form. And it's drawn on a local bank horizon. It's in proper form. It's an irrevocable line of credit or letter of credit, so it passes muster from a legal standpoint.
And the dollar amount is what we've agreed upon.
John, did you have anything you wanted to add to that, please?
No, we're just hoping to get this letter of credit approved. The infrastructure is fully installed at this point. I hope you've had a chance to see the curbs and sidewalks along the frontage of Portage Avenue and Hampson Road. So upon acceptance of this, and I think formal acceptance of the next item, which is I think the streetlight agreement. We are planning to submit Mylars for signature to the department as soon as tomorrow for the final plat.
So, Attorney Whitten, we just need a motion to approve this letter of credit for, from Horizon Bank, correct?
That is correct, sir.
I make a motion to accept the letter of credit that the board has received from Horizon Bank in regard to Doolin Properties LLC.
I second.
We have a motion and a second, and is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Stay right there.
I'll stay right here.
We have the streetlight agreement for Doolin Properties.
So this is the streetlight agreement that I have signed on behalf of the company. It was prepared by the staff. The amount is in here, and we've already, we've made payment yesterday to the clerk's office, both for this agreement, which is $1,533.56, and we also deposited money for the fire hydrant agreement that I think you approved last time. So that money is on deposit with the city.
John, how many streetlights? Is this just one?
No, two. There's one at the intersection, the main intersection, and then there's one at the back of the cul-de-sac.
Thank you.
The amount is, I don't see it in
The
here.
amount is, it's actually in a letter. I didn't prepare this document, but the letter that came with it references the two streetlights, and it's $383.39 per year per light, a total of $1,533.56.
It's at the very bottom form.
Scott, it's right there down at where it says between lots 8 and 9.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept the streetlight agreement, which is total of $1,533.56 for two lights for 2 years. Again, with Doolin Properties LLC.
I second that motion.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Joetta. Is there any further discussion? I just have one quick question. The fire hydrant, you put that in?
Yeah, those are in. They're in.
So are those maintained by the subdivision then?
No, the city pays fire hydrant rental for every fire hydrant throughout the city. They are operated by the water company and maintained by the water company.
Okay, so if we
So
have some,
we install it and then basically hand it over to the Indiana American Water Company.
Okay.
And then you, as a city, have an agreement with them to, you rent those from the city, from the company.
okay, good.
And that's for the maintenance and operation.
Because we have some around the city that are not in such good shape, so
Yeah,
I
that would
was
be,
just,
that would be a water company conversation.
good. Okay, we have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. There you
Thank you very much. By the way, this looks great. Very nice.
Thank you. We love it too. We have bulk item appeals, Randy?
Madam Mayor, members, no bulk items.
Great, thank you. We have claims.
We got the fire truck bid.
Oh. We're backing up a bit. We have a fire truck bid today. Sorry, guys.
Not
Thanks, Nina.
Good morning. As you remember, last meeting, we received two bids. We reviewed it. Chief DeYoung went over it with Attorney Witten also, and the bid that met our spec was Spencer at $810,921. We'd be more than welcome to, happy to answer any questions that you have. but-
I think, Chief DeYoung, if you could, just because since it wasn't necessarily the lowest bid, I'd like just really quick for the record, the difference and, you know,
Okay.
why.
The big difference is is delivery time. The one that we did not go with was a 26 to 28 month delivery time. The other one is 465 days, so almost close to a year quicker. Another big one is the frame of the apparatus. Spencer, the one that we're going with, uses a galvanized frame. With our weather and our salt and everything, it helps with rust and everything. Where the Southend goes with powder coating, which in the warranty it says if we don't clean and touch up paint every year, it voids the warranty on that. So obviously that doesn't work for us. And then warranty difference, especially on the paint, Spencer is a 10-year warranty, they take care of everything, where the other one is a warranty where it steps down. For the first 3 years, it's 100%, the next 3 years, it's 75%, and so on. So those are the big ones. Other than that, it looks like the Southend, the one that we're rejecting, they made some changes to our spec. It looks like possibly to cut prices because they were significant cuts, so it doesn't even meet our spec as the Spencer does. So that's the reasons.
Is there anything in their, in the bid specification process that, what if they don't meet that delivery date? Are there any consequences? Because
So
a year seems to be a big difference from one manufacturer to another.
Yeah, that's all in the contract writing. It's not specifically in this bid, but usually the manufacturers do have some type of penalty if there is, and we can review that when we go for the contract.
Good. I would recommend that.
I will say one of the big differences there is Spencer is a smaller company. Southend has a large amount of fire trucks that they're building. That's probably why they're backlogged.
Well, Scott, I think too, the supply chain is kind of wonky these days, and you can't really hold somebody's feet to the fire if they can't get the supplies.
Correct.
I mean, we've experienced that with this building, so I think we totally understand that there may be things that they aren't able to get, although it seems to be getting better.
We've worked with Spencer before, and they'll keep us updated on the process and let us know if there's any type of delays, and we can bring that to you guys.
It just caught my attention because a year is a big difference between the two, so.
So if I could just touch on one point then, Chief DeYoung. So the other bid, you said they went off the specs. It was a substantial deviation, was it not?
So the HVAC in our spec is supposed to be up on the roof of the vehicle. They put it on the engine cover, which is fine, except we mount tools and stuff to that, so we really need it up on the roof. To change that, according to our contacts, is about a $7,000 difference. One of our cross lays, we use 3 cross lays, which is our fire hose pre-connected. This one only had 2, which lowered the truck, which if we put it back like we do, which meets our operations, obviously making the truck bigger adds metal and adds a decent price to that. And then, I mean, one of the littler things, but it's still probably a few $1,000s, is they removed the ladder from the back of the truck that allows us to get up top to get our stuff. So I think there was significant stuff that was left out of this one, possibly to cut the cost.
All right, I make a motion that we award the contract to Spencer for $810,921 to hopefully meet that delivery time that they've indicated.
I would ask that the motion include in it as well, Member Williams, that you make a finding that it was the most responsive.
Okay, sure. I will also add to my motion that it was the most responsive bid of the two bids we received.
I second that motion.
We have motion by Scott, seconded by Joetta. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Thanks.
There you go, guys. Keep us posted.
We will.
Okay, jumping back to claims.
Based on my review of the claims, I don't have any questions, so I make a motion that the claims that have been presented to us for $942,913.47 on July 26, 2022, be approved.
Scott, I think that's the wrong number. That was changed, and that new,
Duplicated last 2 weeks.
so the number is $457,274.84.
When was that number put in Dropbox?
I think it was changed yesterday.
What you're saying is the claims we have in front of us are the correct claims, but they don't total.
No, I can send this down to you, Scott.
So the entire claims that I looked at originally are incorrect. Is that what you're saying?
Right, and those were changed out yesterday.
All right. Well, I haven't had a chance to review these, so. Rescind my motion.
Mayor, what was that new total? Is it?
The new total is $457,274.84. So if you can get in your Dropbox, those were put in there probably like 10 o'clock yesterday morning.
Well, in the future, I'd be asked if we could get an email or something to, if it's a major change like this, that we could be notified to look for that change. I'd appreciate that.
Duly noted, Scott.
Well, the good news is it's a lot less.
I think so, too.
Unless I'm missing, and I'm seeing that there's no payment to Zernell Shackelford for his services. Were there not invoice submitted?
He had asked me about that a little before the meeting started. I'm looking, I received invoices yesterday at 10:08, so they're not on this docket.
How many invoices did that include, Nina?
One invoice that includes the Plan Commission, City Council, 2 Board of Works, and a special town hall for $2,050.
Thank you.
The other 2 are redevelopment. So if you would like to add that to the docket, you could include that.
Would be the amount, please, again, the total, 2,000 what? All right, so I make a motion to approve, the claims that have been presented for $457,274.84 and also to include $2,050 to Zernell Shackelford for payment of services invoices that have recently been submitted.
I second that motion.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Joetta. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Nina, I just had one kind of a weird question for you. And it wasn't on this claims, but it was on previous ones I was looking at. We have to pay a dormant fee to Centir for,
It's for a debt reserve fund for redevelopment.
so there's, like, if we put $1 in there, then,
They just started charging.
okay,
I was going to reach out to Brandy from there to see if they can just waive it.
yeah.
I'm sure they will.
I know that was kind of crazy.
There's a decent amount of money in there.
Okay, we have major illness claims.
So, we have 3 major illnesses that I have signed off on. There's a couple that I did not, because they didn't have sufficient information or documentation attached. So I would ask the board.
Approve the 3 that I have signed off on.
Are there any COVID?
I don't believe for this board, no.
I make a motion to approve the 3 major illness claims. I second.
We have a motion by Joetta, seconded by Stephanie, to approve the major illness claims. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Is there any other business to come before this board? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you.